Kaba, what's cracking, y'all? Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode with JCJ. It's very much appreciated. So today I wanted to talk a little bit just about life and sometimes doing things that may not necessarily be popular, doing things that other people look at and they don't necessarily agree with what you're doing, doing things that could possibly bring success or failure, right? So, hey man, today we're gonna get into it. So the reason why I named the video, why I named it, is because it's been 2 months since I recently left federal employment, working with the government, working with veterans from the U.S. military. And it's been an incredible journey, within those 2 months. A lot of self-discovery, a lot of getting to know myself better, working on my brand, working on my own business, working on developing myself and making myself a better person. So with all of that said, it's definitely something that I don't regret as far as leaving the situation altogether. When we're used to a 9 to 5, it could be really, really comfortable. Or say someone who's in the military and then they're used to getting a check and then they get discharged and then they don't have a certain amount of income coming in anymore. So that's all something that could play a role in feeling too comfortable and then wanting to do another contract to join in for the military again, or staying at a 9 to 5 job and a bit longer than you should. But what I want to leave you guys with today is there's nothing wrong with having a career. There's nothing wrong with working for someone. However, ultimately the goal, especially for us within the African community, should always be to become an entrepreneur and utilize the skills that you've learned to develop your own business. So what do I mean when I say that? It's a very interesting concept. The power of independence, the power of being able to build something that you can pass on for generational wealth, the power to pursue your ultimate dreams, doing something that you like doing, and doing something that is based on your own terms is invaluable. Invaluable. And I really want to urge everyone to consider that. What you want to do is most likely work a job and then work it until it can fund your dreams. And there's nothing wrong with that. And even if someone makes you feel like there is something wrong with that, you, as an independent, critical, free thinker, can pursue your dreams and go against all odds. For me, specifically, I loved what I did. I worked with veterans. I help people, coming, from some of the veterans I work with coming from combat situations to adjusting to civilian life, with soft skills, career counseling, vocational rehabilitation, workplace accommodation, job readiness, job placement assistance. And it was one of the best things that I did in my life, especially at a young age, being able to have certain skills where you can assist some of our nation heroes and some people that really need the extra push to become successful in life. So it's definitely something I don't regret. It's something that, who knows, in the future I might get back into, something that I would definitely consider doing again. But in life, sometimes we come at a crossroads where you have to decide whether or not do you want to just continue working and live a regular life, or do you want to make sacrifices and really go towards certain goals that can create a legacy for you? That something where you can pass on to your kids, something that is a part of you that no one can fire you from, something that you can even make more money from if you're successful, something that you make a true impact in this world, in this society. In this capitalistic society of America, it's very important, that small business owners and even large conglomerate corporations, most of the time the way that they start is by taking a chance. Nike actually started, and at the time, it wasn't one of the most popular shoes, one of the most popular sneakers. And you look at where it's at right now, and you kind of see, hey, man, this sneakers started in the 80s or the early 80s, and look what it's become now. It takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of sacrifice to build something that's your own. And you're always going to get pushback from people that haven't even accomplished what you've accomplished in your career, that are saying, don't do it. Don't be your own business person. Don't do it. It's too comfortable, sitting where you're at. And they're always going to preach against what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish. And that's a big part of what I'm against. I'm an individual, a critical thinker, and someone that likes to take chances in life. We only have one chance at this. And so since we only have one chance at this, it's super important that you may want to take chances and sacrifices. Now, the reason why I'm really looking at Africa as the prime goal to do business, because there's a lot of gaps within the economy there. So, for example, they may have an organization, they may have a government department that tracks unemployment, that helps people with getting back to work. But then they may not have a government entity that connects with companies, foreign companies from America and Great Britain. They may not have a government entity that helps people with disabilities with gaining soft skills and adjusting to the workplace. In America, with a master's degree, certified rehabilitation counselor, certified employment specialist professional, certified career coach, I could be one of thousands that have it, right? I could be one of thousands. But in Africa, and in particular in East Africa, I could be one of the rare ones that have all of those qualifications and bringing something to the table that can affect thousands of people. So when they ask, why did I do what I did? It leads me to think a lot of people are not comfortable with making sacrifices. A lot of people are not comfortable with living their life as an adventure. And when it's the end and they close their eyes, they can say that they did almost everything that they wanted to do, And it's unfortunate that most people can't live their life on those terms. Most people play very safe. Most people don't take risk. And most people are comfortable with trying to shoot down your dreams because they never reached any of theirs. And so to the brave souls out there like myself, to the innovators, to the people that take chances, the people that sacrifice and work hard, I want to encourage you to continue doing what you do. And let's come together. Let's unite. Let's do business together. And let's continue to accomplish all of our goals. All of the things that people say is impossible, we'll achieve. We'll make it happen. And we'll follow through. So that's kind of what I just wanted to share with you guys. Why would I quit something that provides you a good living? But for me, it's not just about a good living. Having the BMW is nice. Getting rid of the car. Having a house is nice. Having 2 houses is nice. But what about making a legacy? Something that's there when I leave this earth. It's a risk. But it's a risk worth taking. And that's the beauty of life. You never know what's going to happen. You look at and see what's going on right now with the whole corona situation, and people are saying, don't do it. Don't jump out the window. But during the Great Depression, that's one of the times in American history where it made some of the most multimillionaires to this day, people who could set up, wealth, generational wealth for their families because they took that chance during the Great Depression. So Corona season, maybe it's that chance. I want you guys to think about this. Success is a journey, not a destination. Once again, this is JCJ. Thank you guys for tuning in for another episode. It's appreciated. One love, one people. Peace.